Hello, boys and girls, what's going on? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2023. So if you don't mind, just for the podcast purposes, if you don't mind introducing yourself.
Member of Gaerea.
How are you doing? Are you well?
Great. I mean, it's fucking lovely to be in the UK with good weather.
Yeah.
Every time we play in the UK, it's this green weather that we love as well. It just helps us get into the vibe.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing to perform our first UK festival ever. And people here are fucking wild and very fucking respectful. And everybody's in for the ride and for having fun and just destroying stuff. And
that's the most important bit.
yes,
Yeah.
and we're here for that as well.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love the thing about Bloodstock is it's such a family feel.
Yeah.
Like there's babies here, there's kids here, and they absolutely love it. They soak it as much as the adults do. You know, it's wild.
It's nice to be in a festival where you got a bit of everything. Of course, you got people that will just go wild, but it's great to be in a place where everybody's is invited, everybody feels welcome.
Yes.
And we're having a blast so far.
I'm so pleased. I mean, so you enjoyed your Bloodstock so far. So you're playing later on today.
Yes.
Excited?
Very, very much so. Very
Yeah.
much so. We got a lot of special things lined up for today's show.
Oh,
And
wow.
can't fucking wait.
Yeah. I was because obviously, if it was a gig, say, do you change the setup according to where you are? So if it's a festival show, you just put all the fucking bangers in because obviously there'll be people that maybe not are aware of you, and you want to obviously draw those people in. So do you plan differently if it was just a normal gig?
We do. The set list wise, we've thought this summer in a different way from what we do when we're on tour in clubs. The set list, the way we glue songs, the way we build the show is very different from when we're in in a club show. Because again, this is something we learned along the way that sometimes you need to do so in order to get people more involved. Because on a club show, you're just playing with people right in your face. You can fucking grab them, but here you need to grab them in a different way, in spirit most of the times. And we built our stage performance for this or our set list, the way we put on a show for a festival like this, in a different way. And I'm very, very excited to share it.
Phenomenal. So as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you aware of Sophie and her story and what happened?
No, actually.
So
No.
Sophie Lancaster's a young girl. Actually, 16 years ago today it happened. Her and her boyfriend Rob were attacked in a park just after a night out. Simple as that. And unfortunately, Sophie lost her life. And this all happened because she was different, because she was a goth. They literally beat them to the point they weren't recognisable because they were a goth. That's literally the only reason for it. And Bloodstock is a huge supporter of that foundation. Like you guys today are playing on the Sophie Lancaster stage, named in her honour. Is this something that's ever happened to you growing up, or even still today, where you're treated differently because of the music you listen to, the way you dress, whatever it may be?
Well, first, thank you for that. Now it makes things way more special now. It's a fucking honor to play the stage. Yeah, we did. I mean, I grew in a small town in Portugal, a country that we all know it's not the UK, it's not Germany with a lot of metalheads around every time. I mean, and you see weird shit back in the day. Not anymore. I mean, with all these, if the new generation is bringing us something actually good, is this sense of going to a festival like this, and you see all sorts of fashion, for example. Everybody just wears whatever the fuck they want, and it should be like that. I mean, you shouldn't care too much for that. I mean, just do whatever you feel like. Be respectful to other people. You don't know what's behind whatever they're wearing. You don't know their stories. So, what's the best way to do is just get involved with people, talk to them, understand them. And debating topics and talking to people is the best way to learn and to change your own view or other people's views. And if all the crazy shit we see these days, it's just people angry on the internet because they don't fucking socialize with anybody. I mean, it's good to have your own space, but if you're gonna be this fucking cranky ass person on the internet, you're never gonna change your views on the world. You're just seeing everything through a fucking screen. And just come to a festival like this, talk to people. Everybody's so fucking kind, and you might be impressed by how amazing people are. And that's why we do this. We want to meet people. We want to change some of our views as well. Sometimes we go to countries, like we just been to Istanbul, and we had, of course, preconceptions of the country. Like, are we going to have trouble? Do we need somebody always with us? No, I mean, such a beautiful country in terms of how people talk to you, how people want to understand your story. And then, of course, it's important for you to also feel interested in their story, because they also have stuff to tell. And this is something very important to us. I mean, as I said, debating topics is the best way to change people's views and to avoid shit like that, because that's very, very fucking unfortunate. And we know that those things still happen in today's world, but we need to change it fast.
We absolutely do. That was absolutely beautiful what you just said. It really was. Like, I couldn't have said it any better myself. It is about that. It's healthy discussion.
Yes.
That's scary, you listening to that music. Why? Why do you think it's scary? What can I do to change your mind? Instead of, scary, punch it. You know.
I mean, we all know some of us still feel the same with other genres. There's some metalheads that are too afraid of pop, for example. Yeah. Let's fucking face it. There's a bit of both ways in the same coin. And come on, there's so much we could learn from those people. Not just fucking pointing fingers at TV and just saying, oh, fucking sell out Beyonce or stuff like that. I mean, those shows are fucking amazing. There's stuff that we could learn from all sorts of ways of performing art. So I think it's time. It's time for everybody to just grab a beer, sit down and talk. I mean, this is the time, and I think the new generation is bringing a lot of that to the table, because there's no preconceptions in this new generation. The new generation, the kids that are now in their 20s, they do things that they like. They don't get on a job just because they need money.
Yeah.
They will do this job. They will go to that party if they like to be there. They don't go just to fuck around. I mean, and that's very important. And we should also learn from what the new generation brings, because these people are just in for fun. I mean, it's supposed to be fun. So
absolutely, you're absolutely right. I can't argue with a single word you said. It's absolutely incredible. Before we let you get out of here, though, just taking it back to you guys, you're about to embark on a North American tour, I see.
Yes.
How excited are we for that?
Very much excited. It was in the pipe for a bit. We've been there in February with Rotting Christ and Karahangren and Wada, and we knew we were coming back shortly after that. And we're so happy to share those news, and so happy to be back in North American soil and make some new friends, meet new people, meet old faces, and play with such an amazing package such as Wolf in the Throne Room, Black Parade, and Hoaxed. It will be an amazing run, and we're really looking forward to it.
Incredible. My friend, thank you so much for taking the time out and talking to us.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers.